Hey guys, Merry Christmas. 'Tis the season to add a lot of models to your stash, and that's what I am looking forward to doing this holiday season, and I hope you are as well. As you can see, I've got my tree, and the wife and kids really want to decorate it, so I thought, why not decorate it with model kits? That's acceptable, right? At least maybe for tonight. I have a feeling that that's not going to last much longer than after tonight, but perhaps it can in your house or maybe in your model room. Either way, what's under your tree? I've got a lot of new stuff here to look at tonight. The last few weeks, I've been talking about all these new kits that have been coming in, and a lot of stuff has been held up in customs. A lot of things have been delayed. Shipping this time of year is just crazy. And unfortunately, there's not much I can do about that. There's nothing I can do about that, but sit back and wait. And thankfully, a lot of things have finally showed up. We are still waiting on a good bit. One of the things that I keep talking about waiting on are those Corsairs from Magic Factory. And this is the craziest thing. So our shipment, when it was leaving, and it's not just that, it's several other things from other manufacturers, our shipment got delayed, and we didn't really know why or whatever. And but it finally got on the water. We're like, okay, well, we'll eventually get it. And then we were supposed to finally get them, I think last week. Yeah, last week. And come to find out, the reason that it was being delayed to begin with is they were moving our stuff to another ship that unfortunately sailed right past our port in Savannah, and it's gone up to New York first, and it's making several other stops before coming to us. So at least we finally have an answer as to what happened. Why it happened, I have no clue, but we will eventually get them, probably and hopefully the week right before Christmas. So that'll be good. But we do have lots of other new things that are very cool, very exciting, and I'm excited about. And we'll take a look at them and open a few of them up tonight and see what's in the box and, see what we have. So let me say hello to everybody. I see Midlife Chaos in the chat. Hello to you. And Carlos, you're always here. I really appreciate that. It's good to see you tonight. And my wife, Crystal, is in the chat. Hey, babe, good to see you. You are in the other room somewhere. And Jeremiah was a bullfrog. It's really good to have all of you here. And just looking forward to diving into some of these new kits. So, before we get into that, the last few weeks, I have been giving you an update on what I'm currently working on. I call this build and chat, and I do build models, as you know. And the Dora railgun has been my project lately. It's probably going to continue to be my project for a good little while now, unless I decide to shelf it to work on something else, because this thing is massive. But I do want to show you where I'm at with it. Let me turn this on. Let's see. Give me a second. All right. All right. Let's see if we can make this work. This is how large this booger is. It is huge. I finally got the wagons. It seems like I've been working on the wagons forever, but I mean, there are like tons of axles and wheels and everything else, and all the brakes and all this stuff that's really not going to be very noticeable when it's done. But the cool thing is, I can finally see it taking shape, and I can finally see how large it's going to be. The barrel is huge. You can kind of see, I don't know, it's going to be very large. I had to go steal one of my wife's display tables to put it on just because of how big it is. So you can see I've got some paint that I think I'm going to paint the large body of it with Tamiya spray paint, because it would take forever to do that with my airbrush, and then do some of the smaller details, of course, with the airbrush using my favorite paint, Tamiya's XF colors. But it's very large, very cool, and I am very excited about it. So Let me get this off of here. That's where I am with the Dora. The metal gun barrels that I talked about last week, they're on their way to us, I think. Talking about shipping taking a long time, but we'll see. I have no idea how much they're going to cost yet. We'll just see how much it costs to get those shipped here. They're kind of heavy, as you can imagine. I mean, here's the plastic one. So imagine one of these as a metal turned barrel. Now, granted, the reason to go to all that trouble and all that extra expense, of course, is because this one is too long, believe it or not. However in the world Sword Art was able to make this too long, I don't know. But this is going to be chopped down, I don't know exactly how much, several inches. So it won't be quite this long, but still it's going to be huge and it's going to be heavy. So looking forward to seeing those. That will be exciting. I will keep you posted as my progress continues, and we'll see how that goes. All right. Let's see. We got a few more guys joining us tonight. Matt, hello. Nice to see you. Nice to see you, Randy. And Lisa. Jay and Lisa are here. Good to see y'all. Barry, hello. And let's see. You going for the aluminum barrel? Yes, that's the barrel I'm talking about. And it'll be here soon, I hope. And I'll have some extras to sell to anybody else that would like to join me in such a crazy venture as adding a metal gun barrel to an already massive kit. So that will be exciting. Let's see. All right, let's jump into some of these kits that are under this tree. Before we talk about the newest of the new kits, I want to talk about a old kit, but recently reissued. And the reason it's interesting to me is because it happens to be, let's see, how can I change this around? Yeah, we'll just do it this way. It happens to be a kit that we produced as Blue Ridge models. And this was actually our first Blue Ridge models product that we produced back in, I want to say 2011 or somewhere in that ballpark. I think somewhere in that time. But we have just recently put this back into production, and I'm very excited that we were able to do that, because this is, if it wasn't a giveaway with me building a Dora, I like weird subjects, and this certainly fits the bill for a weird subject. This it's 1/350th scale, and oddly enough, the real Fort Drum island was 350 feet long. So that makes this model exactly 1 foot long in 350th scale. It's all resin, big chunk of resin. So it's a very cool kit, very neat. We were excited to get this put out way back in the day, and excited to have it back again. Brass turned barrels. There's a company called MV Lenses that makes little lenses and things, and we actually include lenses in this to go on the searchlights, a little decal sheet for the excellence markers on the sides of the turrets. Nice photo etch fret, or 2 frets actually. So it's just a really cool kit. I'm excited to have it back in stock, and they are available at squadron.com. Hope you pick one up, because it's very cool. So we have that. Now, one of the kits that I talked about for a long time, and it was delayed like so many other kits that we're waiting on, but we finally got them, and I want to show it to you if I can remember where I put it. Here we go. ICM's KI-21 1B, or yes, the B model. The A model is coming, and they are actually shipping this month, and I will have those sometime in January. So, but if you want the B model, they're available now. And I've got an odd reflection with my light. Oh well. So there's that. Let's take a look and see what we get inside this guy. One thing about ICM kits is their boxes are very, very, very tight. It's a good thing, but makes it a little tough opening them just to take a peek sometimes. And if you've built or bought and looked at any of ICM's recent kits, and when I say recent, I mean the last 2 or 3, maybe 4 years, their quality has really gone through the roof, and they've been putting out some excellent kits. And this is a very standard way of what any of their kits would look like inside. You get a very nice bag full of the parts. On some of their larger kits, you may get 2 bags like this, but you'll end up having all your parts nice and laid out, not just thrown in the box. Their instructions are very well done, and you will usually find the decal sheet stored away somewhere in the instructions. Yep, there they are. So you'll have that. So just a really nice presentation, well-made kits. And what I'm going to be doing soon, before all these kits go back to the warehouse with me, I will be opening these up, spreading them out, taking pictures of all the sprues, and doing a little review of my, what I think about the kits, and I'll have those posted to the website. I'll also be doing the inbox review like I was doing on our YouTube channel. So you'll be able to see all of these kits in more detail over the course of the next couple of weeks, as I'm not going to post all of them on one day, but I'll get them all done and post them each day or 2 throughout the next couple of weeks. So any of these that you're interested in taking a closer peek at, you will be able to do that very soon. But that kit, I was very happy that it finally showed up, and I wasn't expecting the A version to come along so soon, but apparently it's done, and it's going to be headed this way soon. So keep an eye for that. One of the other cool little kits that ICM has done recently that we just got is this little German midget submarine, the Mulch. And they did this in 72 scale, and it's pretty neat. If you like little obscure things like this, this is a really quick build. Let's take a look real quick. Not much to it. Just you get just one sprue, or 2 sprues, one standard sprue, and then one with some clear parts on it. Not very much to it, but there's not very much to the submarine. This is a very neat kit. Those are available now. Pretty neat little thing. And I believe that, I forget the company, but we also have this by somebody in 35th scale, a little bit bigger, but it's pretty neat too. All right, let's talk about, let's see, how about this big guy over here? This has been a very much anticipated kit ever since it was announced. And I've got to get rid of that light over there. All right. So I Love Kit is a relatively new company, and they've been putting out several really good kits recently. That one. This is another kit. This duck just showed up. They're doing several really good kits recently. But when they announced that they were going to do a 1 to 200 scale Arleigh Burke kit, that really got on my radar. I mean, you know how much I love ship models, and this is a big old ship model. So we put these up for pre-order. And this is something else you guys got to keep in mind. These companies are making all this stuff, and it's really good. It sells out fast. Whether they're doing short production runs, whether the demand exceeds what we thought it was at the time we placed our initial order, whatever the case may be, we do our best to get enough, but we've had so many kits sell out recently during the pre-order stage, and this is one example of that. So our first shipment of these, it's already come in, and the first batch of customers that placed the pre-order, they've already been shipped. You probably have it by now, and then everybody else has to wait for our next shipment, which will be here soon. I hope by the end of the year, but how things are going lately, it'll probably be January. But keep that in mind. If you see a kit that you are thinking about that you really want, make sure to get a pre-order in because that lets us make sure that we get enough for you. But just keep that in mind. So this one, let's take a look at this thing because it's cool and you might need one. You can see pretty big hole. Give you an idea. I don't have my tape with me, but it looks to be about, I don't know, I'd say 30 inches or so. I should have brought my tape measure over here, but it's going to turn out to be a really nice kit. This is a Flight 1 version of the Arleigh Burke class. I don't know. You got to figure that they're going to do other versions of it. I don't know. They'll probably do other boxings of other Flight 1 ships. I don't know if they'll try to modify the hull to do a Flight 2. I just don't know. I don't know what their plans are. They haven't told me anything. They have just been excited to finally get this in customers' hands. So we'll see what the future for other versions of this is as we go. So that's a neat kit. Again, I'll have a more in-depth review on this soon. And my good friend Martin Quinn, that you might have seen a few months ago on here with me talking about the USS Atlantic kit, he will have a full, very detailed review of this kit up for modelwarships.com sometime soon. He's working on that, and we'll also have that review posted over at Squadron, but keep an eye out for that because that will give you a much more in-depth review of the kit, more so than I will give you with my picture review next week. So now, talking about I Love Kit, I showed the duck a moment ago. This is a cool kit because you don't just get the duck. It also comes with the trailer. So 35th scale, I know that Tallery has just released a 35th scale duck as well. I don't have those in stock yet, but I really like this because you get the trailer. It just makes for an interesting build. And of course, if you don't want to use the trailer, don't use the trailer, but at least you have that option there. And it's just going to be a nice build. Not much to show in here that's out of the ordinary. Just a nice boxed up kit. And we'll open that up more and get more in-depth pictures and reviews soon. All right. The Edward kits. They've got new stuff every month just about. And I won't spend a lot of time talking about these, but all of their kits that they came out with recently that have been really popular, like the Wildcat, they've got weekend editions of all these kits coming now. So they're weekend editions. The idea of these kits is there's no photo etch, no bells and whistles. It's just a basic model kit. Very nice. At an IPMS contest, this would be a prime candidate for an out-of-the-box category build. And it's designed to be built very quickly. And don't think too much about it. Just take it out, build it, and have a good time. I guess theoretically you could build it in a weekend. I think that's their purpose of calling the series that. But it's just supposed to be a cheaper, quicker build, meant to be fun, not to really think too much about it. So grab a model, build a model, have fun doing it. So keep that in mind. I thought I had another one of them here that I brought with me, but maybe I don't. I don't know where it went. But look at those. Oh, there it is. Yeah, the F6, F5. They've got it, and so they're neat. All right. A couple months ago, we started carrying Arma hobby. I had a lot of requests for this brand, and we finally got them in. And it's been a very good brand for us so far. Let me see. I want to show you a new kit that they've got coming that I think is going to be very neat. If I can find it real fast. Let's see. Well, I thought I was going to find it real fast. My friend Peter that does our book cover for Squadron Signal books, he does our book covers. He also does box art for various model companies, Arma being one of those. And let's see, he just got done doing the box art for their new Era Cobra kit. And if I can get it pulled up here. There we go. Yep. So that's Arma's new Era Cobra kit in 72 scale. It's going to be neat. Anytime Peter does the box art for something, it always catches my eye because I really love his work. And this is no exception to that. So we'll be getting these in stock as soon as possible. So keep an eye on the site for those. I'll probably get them up for pre-order sometime this week. But it's going to be a nice kit. It is at least going to be nice box art. But knowing Arma, the kit will be very nice. And I'm excited to see that coming soon. So, but taking a look inside what one of their kits looks like. Give you a look real quick. These open from the end. So in slide out boxes. And then once you get inside the box, it's a very familiar look and feel to many of the model companies these days, very much like an ICM. So you get your sprues in there, you get your clear sprue is in there. Of course, your instructions, nice paint guides, and of course the decals are inside the instructions. And then in many cases, you also get, you can't see it on the camera, but this is paint masks for, let's see, looks like wheels and windshield. So very nice stuff. Looking forward to carrying all of Arma's kits going forward. And I think they've got some really nice things coming up that they've been talking about doing, and looking forward to seeing those announcements soon. All right, here's another one. I talked about this kit last week, and since then I found out that they are, of course, they're doing the advanced version of this D25RE, and it'll come in a different box, and of course have different markings. Let's see. I'll show you what that looks like. And then they announced yet another version. So let's see. I got to get faster at this, don't I? All right. So this is the upcoming advanced version, and the difference in that and the basic is things that you would expect, photo etch and all sorts of fancy upgrades that just make that really nice. So you have that, but then they announced this recently. This is the 30 RE version, and this is listed as a basic kit, so I can only assume that it will be very much like this, and then they will, I would assume, probably follow up with an advanced version of that too. So same thing, we'll have that on the site, I hope, later this week. I figure that it's probably the same price as the 25 RE basic, but we're just confirming all that before we put the pre-order up. So that'll be really neat. So for everybody that's been asking if we're going to get restocks of this basic version, they say they're going to do another run of it. But I don't know if that just meant, no, we're going to do another variant. But we'll find out. I'll keep you updated as I find out those questions, those answers. This kit's not new, but I got to tell you that they're finally back in stock. This kit has been extremely popular, and we have not been able to keep it on the shelf. So much so that I've not even had a chance to open it up and look myself. So we finally got a big restock in, and assuming they're not all gone in the morning, I'm finally going to get a chance to open this one up and take a look for myself, take some pictures, do some video, and I will show you what's in this box, because as popular as this has been, I'm really looking forward to seeing myself why it's so popular. So let's see. Let me look over here in the chat real quick. You guys are asking. Yes, Barry, that is the Fort Drum over in the Philippines. And it's still there. It's hardly anything left of it other than the concrete, but it is still there. Michael, there you go. That's true. Yeah, the masks for that is like very important. Now, on their 72 scale version, which, by the way, we got this in for that, the little combo kit that's got a few kits inside. It's got one of the Sallies. But their 72 scale version, it was very confusing for me, because in the instructions, it lists parts in the parts diagram for a paint mask. So I thought, oh, it includes a paint mask, but it wasn't in there. We found out that that was just kind of like a, I don't know, paint guide or something, as if you're going to make the mask yourself. But it's no worries, because we have since then got a paint mask to sell. I believe Art Scale is the one that did it, and we should have those in stock, because I agree with you. Trying to paint that without a mask would be torture. So when I open up the 48 scale one and take a look, hopefully we're covered. But if not, I'm sure Art Scale will get us covered. Hey, Jim, nice to see you this evening. And yes, it is a really neat model, and I think you need one. So call me tomorrow. I'll get one sent to you. All right. And yes, Jim, thank you for that. Yes, everybody, please hit the like button and make sure to subscribe to the channel if you have not, and turn those notifications on. So if I ever jump on here live during the week with something exciting at the shop, you'll be notified about it and you can join me. Hello, Dennis. Nice to see you this evening. And the Normandy, the status on it is we have to make a new master, and our 3D printers that we have had up until now were not really what I wanted. They were very fine quality, but not large enough to do the whole in one piece, which is something I really want to do this time around. And we just got our new printers in this week. But because of how crazy it's been around the shop, I've not even had a chance to set it up yet. So I am hoping in the new year, I will have some time to finally get that done, and several other things. We've got all the flagship models that we still have not done anything with. The Choctaw is in the same situation as the Normandy. My printers just weren't big enough to print the whole in one piece. And if you're going to do like the Normandy or the Choctaw, if you're going to do it in a full whole model, I don't want to print an upper and a lower. I want to print it as one piece so you don't have the seam line to fill with. So it's taking a lot longer to get some of these Blue Ridge things and flagship and whatever else. Taking a lot longer than I was hoping and expecting to get them back in production. But I think, and I can only hope, that the end result will be worth the wait. So we'll see. And the answer to that question is 1/700 scale is the one that we have. And the model out of the box comes with 3 different ways to build it, an early, a later, and then we also include the options to build it as the USS Lafayette, which was the troop ship that unfortunately never got to be used, but there's a very cool picture of it turned over on its side with the paint scheme, so we mocked it up that way and included all the guns you need, so it's pretty neat. So I will be excited to get that back into production, and hopefully that'll be soon. And I do agree with you. Their Titanic in 200 scale, I believe, was a pretty big success for them. Now, granted, that is the Titanic, but hopefully that will lead them to perhaps consider other liners in that scale in the future, because it would be very, very cool to see that. And yes, I am, Matt, talking about the Masters of Air. I'm extremely excited to watch that. I've been watching the trailers as they've been dropping, and that's going to be very, very cool. But, you know, we'll see. There's a lot of B-17 stuff out there, even without the show. That's very much a popular model kit, and you just about can't keep them in stock. It's just like Titanics, B-17s, Arizonas, all the big name model subjects. But you are correct. That show is really, really going to get some guys thinking about building some B-17s. I know it's going to do that to me. So excited to see how that goes. And maybe we need to stock up on B-17 stuff for sure. Let's see. Do I have to get 3? Sure. Why not? Build them all 3 ways. Be a heck of a collection. All right, let's see what else I had on my agenda for tonight. And if anybody sees something behind me that you want to take a look inside of, tell me and I'll grab it. I mean, I'm not going to probably get to every one of these kits, but I do, we'll pull some more of those kits off the shelf real quick, but I want to show you this because this is super cool. Let's see. All right. All right. This from Tacom is coming soon, and they are doing these 35th scale Tiger 1s, and they've got 3 different versions, and they are doing a what they're calling the big box, and it includes their 3 different versions of the Tiger 1s, which give me a second, I can show you what those all are. Let's see. Let's scoot over here to squadron.com. So they've got these 3 here. They've got the mid-production, and this particular one includes their got off the screen there, sorry. This one includes their Autocarius figure. Now, the weird thing, I say weird, it's a little, let me use the word interesting. The interesting thing to me about their big box is the figure is included in the big box, but it's in 1/16 scale. Now, it just occurred to me that I need to find out if the figure that is included with this kit is 35th scale. I bet it is, because it shows him riding in the tank. So you probably get it in 35th scale here. But if you look at the big box, let me get back to that. Let's see. If you look at here, the figure that's included with the big box is 1/16 scale, which that's fine because they're creating that too. That's a whole nother item that they're offering. So you can buy, if you're into 16th scale tanks, you can buy just that figure. Here's what that looks like. But with the big box, you get the 16th scale figure, and you get all 3 of the Tigers. Now, and there they are, the mid, 2 different mids, one with the figure, one without. and one late version. And all these have Zimmerit on them, of course. But the big box is going to be really cool. I think they're calling it a limited edition thing. And supposedly, according to them, if they don't, go back on what they're saying, this is a one-time production. Now they'll probably continue having the Tiger Ones in production from time to time, because Tacom they do reissues. Like right now they're reissuing the two different versions of the Mouse super heavy tank. Those are coming back. They've been out of production for a year or so, so they'll probably keep these around. But according to what they're telling us, this is your only chance to get their limited edition big box. And we are going to start doing things a little bit different with our pre-orders. So you might notice on the website, you see this is a pre-order, and I've got it set at a sale price of $115.49. Well, that is what we are going to refer to as our early bird pre-order price. So whenever you see a pre-order item on our website that has a sale price, that sale price is an early bird sale price, and you better jump on it fast. I will go ahead and tell you that as soon as I get to the shop tomorrow morning, that early bird price is going away, and this regular price of $129.99 will take over. Keep that in mind on all of our pre-orders. And the idea behind this is we've got our initial shipment. We know how many we're getting. We negotiate those prices. We pass those sale prices through to you. This is your chance to jump on a good deal. After the early bird's gone, it's gone. So keep that in mind on all of the pre-orders that are coming up. But that one in particular is really, really interesting. And I wanted to bring it to your attention because of apparently how limited it really is going to be. But there's a lot of stuff coming soon. I get a lot of people asking about these. Well, the Kingfisher in particular is the one I'm most excited about. But all of the Kitty Hawk items, I get a lot of people emailing me and asking me, phone calling about why do we have Kitty Hawk items in our pre-order section, because Kitty Hawk's gone out of business. Well, they did go out of business, and they've been off the market for a few years, but they're back. Zimmy models, if you have heard of them, they are the ones that are doing, let's see, I'll show you. They are doing these 40 millimeter quad Bofors guns in 35th scale. And they've got some other things that they're coming up with soon. But this one in particular is really neat, and I'm excited to see this. But this company, Zimmy Model, he's actually a guy that I've known for a while now that used to be involved with Verifier models. And, of course, we've worked real close with Verifier with the ship models. And this guy used to be there. Now he's got his own brand called Zimmy Model, and he's the one that purchased the molds and the name and everything for Kitty Hawk. So he's actually the one that's bringing those back out. I know he does good work, so I gotta believe that all of these reissued Kitty Hawk kits are going to be nice. I don't see any reason that they wouldn't be. So we'll wait and see. Same thing like I was talking about that Arleigh Burke destroyer earlier. Our first shipment of those, it'll be here soon, and it's already all spoken for. So we've got another shipment of it on its way already. If you ever wanted any of those Kitty Hawk kits and you missed out, jump on, because they'll be back. I hope they'll be around for a while, but this day and age with these model kit companies, you never know. So I always tell people, myself included, if you see something you like, grab it while you can, because it might not be there tomorrow. So just keep that in mind. All right. The ship models, this is pretty neat. They French light cruiser Marseillaise, I think, is close enough. I'm not French, so if you are, I'm sorry. I'm probably butchering that name. But this is a pretty neat kit. Trumpeter, of course, has a lot of 350 scale ships, and a lot of the main subjects have been done. And don't worry, I know there's a lot of main subjects that haven't been done. Like, I don't know, Forrestal and West Virginia, and I don't know. I could make you a big list. I'm extremely excited the Midway is coming. So, but anyway, they're starting to do a few more what I would probably refer to as not as mainstream. I'll be honest with you. I had to look up what this was. I just did. So it's very neat to see this. Excited to see how this kit turns out. I know nothing about this class of cruisers, so I wouldn't even begin to be the one to talk about accuracy of this kit. But same guy I mentioned a few minutes ago, Martin Quinn, is doing a full in-depth review on this. He knows way more about it than me, so I will be very excited to see his modelwarships.com review of this kit that will also be posted up at Squadron, and you can take a look at that and grab up one of these if that is your area of interest. Now, one of the most popular kits of the last couple of weeks has definitely been this guy. I didn't think these were coming in until after the first of the year, but I got surprised, thankfully, because it's always good to have things you were hoping for Christmas, and when that actually happens in the model world, it's a good day. So these are here. They are in stock. So you can grab one. Their A model that came out earlier was very, very nice. So I can only assume this is just as nice, but obviously a B model. And I'll be taking a closer look at this. The engineering on this kit is just crazy. Tamiya, of course, is always good, but their new stuff like this is just a step above. So I'll take this out and we'll look at it closer. I know that we'll have some cool accessories and decals and things available from this. I know that the guy with Flying Leathernecks, he's a big Marine guy. All of his products, of course, are Marine related. And we'll see what he's coming up with. I know he's got a few of these and he's working on some stuff. No idea what he's working on. And then, of course, Res Kit, they'll have all sorts of stuff that we'll carry for this. Edward, I'm sure they had a lot of stuff for the A, so I'm sure they'll have a lot of stuff cooked up for this one. So it will be something that can really be super detailed out with aftermarket stuff soon. So. And Matt, I agree with you. You do need to build more naval subjects. I think I need to build more subjects in general, but this big old sucker over here is taking up all my time. But that's all right. And speaking of this big sucker over here taking up all my time, I decided that, one day I'll finish building it, and then I'm going to need other things to go along with it because I can't just build it and put it on a shelf. It's got to be in some kind of a diorama scene. So we just this week we finally got a big trumpeter restock that we had been waiting on, and I did a little shopping. Everybody wants to know what I want for Christmas, so I started thinking, what do I need to go with the Dora? And I couldn't come up with a better idea than this guy. I love this locomotive, and I built one in 72 scale long time ago. Because I've went down this road once, and everybody at the shop jokes me about my 72 scale diorama. Well, I have now got rid of all of my 72 scale stuff that I was collecting for the diorama, and it's all of a sudden appearing again in 35th scale this time. I don't know. But I had built this in 72 scale. I had actually built a Dora in 72 scale and a few other little things, and I guess now I'm moving up in size. So that's going to be cool. That's a neat kit. If you've never seen one, it's an old kit, but you probably need one just as much as I do, which the answer to that in reality is up for debate, I suppose. And then, of course, this is next to the Dora, this is my second most favorite gun from the Germans. It's just super cool. So I got to have one of those to sit next to Dora. And as big as that thing is, it's tiny sitting next to Dora. So that'll be interesting. Let's see, what else do we have to talk about? Oh, this is a neat company. This is another company from Ukraine that we just started carrying, and we just got them in, and they only have 3 kits available, or they only had 3 kits available at the time we ordered. But it's called X Scale. Maybe you've heard of it, maybe you hadn't. But they are doing airliners, and it's pretty neat stuff. This is a Trident 1C. So it's just simple kits, but very nice. They're 1/44 scale. And they've got a, let's see, both. The model kits are falling out of the tree. These are both DC-8s with different markings. If I were going to build one, I'd probably do the Delta markings, being here near Atlanta. But they're very neat. We just got them. I haven't had much time to look at them yet. They just came in, but I thought I'd bring them home and I'll show you guys in case. I get a lot of customers asking if we have any airliners, and I'd love to have more. There's just not. It's kind of like ocean liners we were talking about a minute ago. There's not that many of them available. So anytime that we have the opportunity to carry something like this from one of the manufacturers that we represent and that we deal for, it's always neat. So I was excited to add these to the warehouse, and if you're into airliners, hopefully you'll pick one of these up and try it out. Let me know what you think about it. Let's see. Oh, talking about Tamiya, they have just reissued some oldies but goodies, and we just got these in this week. And I just got these added to the website today, due to running behind, as I always seem to be doing. But that one, that's one of the half tracks. They've got the M16 version, and they've got the mortar carrier version. So like I said, these are old kits, but they're really nice. And if you need that, if you're doing something, you want to do a little quick build, you can't go wrong with the price. I mean, look, here's the standard half track version, $20. So it's just kind of a no-brainer. If you're looking for a US half track, can't go wrong with Tamiya, and you can't go wrong with their prices on these. Let's see, the M16's $20 and the mortar carrier version's $18.80. So no arguments there with Tamiya on bringing back a good subject and pricing it right. So let's see. Oh, going back to ships for a second. 700 scale not USS. Listen to me. HMS York. Those finally showed up. I just got these listed. Got the pre-orders shipped out earlier this week, and this is the first time that I've had a chance to even take a look. This thing is tight. I'll get that open and I'll take some pictures. I want to dive into that because that should be a very interesting kit. I'll be doing a picture review on that, but keep an eye. Another buddy of mine, Chris Martins, will be doing a full in-depth review of this kit for us. So you can answer all your questions about it soon. It should be really nice. I hope it is. And that may be something that has to be added to my collection soon. What about your collection? You need one. The F-84s finally showed up. I don't know if I had these last week. I might have shown you these last week, and if I did, forgive me. I'm forgetting. But these finally showed up. I'm excited that they have the U.S. markings on one of them, because for whatever reason, when we originally got these announcements, of course, we saw the tooling at Nationals this year, and Yuri gave me a copy of the test shot. So I got to look at it earlier this year, and it's very nice. But then I thought this was the only version that was coming, and they were going to do the U.S. markings later. But they ended up showing up at the same time. So that's exciting, because that would be the one that I would prefer to paint if I were going to do one. So that'll be neat. That is about all I have. Oh, yes, I better show this off. The A6 Intruder from Trumpeter showed up, but this, just like I've talked about other things all night, we sold them all during the pre-order. So we will be getting more, but it will probably not be until January. This one is spoken for, but the customer told me that I could hold on to it long enough to show it off to you guys, and he did not mind. So I will do that. I'll probably open it up, take pictures of all the sprues, and do a little review on it, and then get this packed back up and mailed off to its new home, hopefully by the end of the week. So, but it's going to be a good kit, and we will get more of those right after the first of the year. This one I do have more of, and it just showed up this week too. Like I said, so many things this week. This is a 48 scale Ferry Fulmer in the Mark I configuration, but it's I don't know why well, I mean, I do know why it's a small plane, but the box was way smaller than I was expecting it to be when they showed up. The case pack showed up, and it was like so many in a case. I'm like, how small is that box? But it's a pretty neat kit. It's not. I haven't done for myself. I haven't really done any British stuff. I don't know. I probably don't need to get into being interested in yet another area, but some of you guys that like this kind of thing, build one and send me pictures and tell me what you thought about it. And this is something else that I probably won't build one for myself, but I do find it interesting. This is from Micromere, this Junkers F13. Is 48 scale from Micromere. I had to look this one up. I didn't know. This is actually the very first all-metal transport plane. So it's got some neat and interesting history, and the kit looks like what you would expect from Micromere, and kits from Ukraine. Very nice. But you know, like I said, not something I'm going to build. So if it's something you're interested in, I'd love to hear your feedback on how the kit is. So let me know. Let me jump over here in the live chat and see what you guys have been saying, because I've been blabbering about new models. You never know, Jim, with Tacom or with anybody. You never know. I mean, one day they'll be making Tigers. Or look at Ming. Ming makes all this stuff, and then the next thing you know, now they're making robots. So who knows what these factories are going to come up with. But I do agree with you. Other variants of the Tiger 1 would be very cool. You can't go wrong with Tigers. All right, Matt, I can open them back up if you didn't see them, but I'm just seeing your chat. Let me know if I answered your questions with the X scale stuff. Like I said, I'm gonna open those up and take videos and pictures and stuff, and I'll be posting them on the YouTube channel and on the website, so you can get a closer look at those hopefully here very soon. So all right, Dennis, here is what I know about Minicraft. So the 350th scale Minicraft Titanic, it is a very nice kit. And I really liked that kit being around because we sold a lot of those for years as free time hobbies. And then We sold a heck of a lot of gold medals photo etch for that kit throughout the years. And this is the photo etch for it. And it really turns into a nice model. And then, of course, after we bought gold medals, the Titanic set continued and continues to be one of the best selling items because it's the Titanic. And I'm sold out right now. Waiting, we're getting more of that made as quickly as we can. But so the Titanic kit, all of a sudden it disappears one day because Minicraft disappears one day. And there's a lot more to the story of the factory. They didn't close up or anything. They just, it was part of a larger factory that did other things, and they were looking to, perhaps not do model kits anymore. Perhaps their other business was doing better. So I thought, well, great. They have a lot of good kits, but the Titanic in particular was extremely important to me because it's a great kit and a lot of customers want it. And I mean, we need a 350th scale Titanic available. And then when they announced the Olympic, I was super excited about that because I had the crazy idea of doing one up and painting it in the dazzle scheme, or at least seeing somebody else do one, that can paint it better than me. But I was excited about that. And of course, that never happened. Well, come to find out, the Minicraft brand has been bought up. And I don't know if it's public knowledge, so I will not let the cat out of the bag. I'll let that company make the announcement themselves because I don't know if they're going to rebrand the kits as their brand or if they're going to continue on the Minicraft name. I just don't know. But I really hope that the Titanic is on the forefront of the kits that they intend to release sooner than later. So my point in saying all that is I think the Titanic will live again, the model kit. And then perhaps the new company will see fit to finally finish the Olympic and have that offered to us. So I don't know. Speculation, maybe, but we'll see what happens. We can hope, right? Just checking in. Hey, Stuart, nice to see you. You finished the Lexington. Well, where are the pictures? You got to send them to me. I got to see it. I'm excited. Looking forward to seeing what you've got. Let's see. Yeah, Jeremiah, they do some very unique things. And some of those subs and whatnot that they do in 35th scale is kind of neat. Makes for good diorama or vignette possibilities. So, Stuart, what do I think of the idea of photo etch canopies? If you had the skill to do them, I think it would be amazing. How are you thinking about doing the glass? I mean, if you had the skill to frame it in photo etch and figure out some way to do the glass, I think it would be awesome. I don't think I would try it at my current skill, but I'd like to see you do it, and I'd like to see the result. And if it looked awesome enough, I might have to learn how to do it. Sounds like a cool idea. All right, guys. Well, if anybody's got any final questions or comments, I am all ears. And I'll leave the chat open for another minute or so because I don't see your chats until about 30 seconds after you type them, just so you know. But I'll leave that open for another minute or so and go ahead and start bringing this to an end. I appreciate everybody being here. I hope that you have a wonderful rest of your week, and I hope you buy way too many models, and I hope they all come from squadron.com. And it is Christmas season, and our inventory is rapidly disappearing from the shelves. So I do apologize if we are out of stock on some items that you were hoping to get for Christmas. We there's nothing I can do about it. I apologize, and it's good for us, good for business, right? Making money is the name of the game, and we intend to be here to supply you with all your modeling needs, and selling things is how we do that. So, but we will get restocks as soon as possible. If there is anything in particular that you have to have soon, please give me a call or drop me an email. I will look and see when we expect to get said item back in stock, just so you have an idea of how to plan. And we'll go from there. Keep in mind, one thing that I want to go ahead and kind of soft float, and this is for anybody that buys pre-orders or have some pre-order items or other items kind of on the fence, whether you want to buy them now or later. We have, ever since we started back up a couple years ago now, we have had our free shipping at $100 orders, and we've been trying to hold on to that as long as we possibly can. But as you may or may not know, every January, UPS and post office go up on their rates. It doesn't matter why, they just do. They go up every year. And starting on January 1st, we're going to have to bump that free shipping threshold up slightly. We're going to move it to $150. So we're still going to keep the free shipping, but we're going to bump it up to $150 minimum order versus the current $100. And I'm telling you that now because there are several items that are coming out later, like the 48 scale B24, that if you pre-order it now, you'll get your free shipping. But if you wait until after January 1st, shipping's going to have to be applied to the order, unless you buy two, and then the problem's solved. But either way, you guys join me every Wednesday, and I really appreciate that. So I just wanted to go ahead and let you know, if there's something that you're interested in, go ahead and get the order put in now, or the pre-order reserved now, and you can save you a few bucks on shipping. So just wanted to go ahead and float that out there. We'll be advertising it in email a little bit more officially in a week or two. But just so you know, and I will, let's see, Stuart answered me about this. Kind of challenged, don't know how to send pics on email. Yeah, if you want to send me pictures in the email, get your buddy to do it. That wouldn't be a problem. info@squadron.com. Be happy to take a look and give you my thoughts. It's a very interesting idea. So, guys, Carlos, thank you. Barry, thank you. Randy, thank you. I appreciate all of you. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your evening, rest of your week. And until next week, y'all take it easy and build a lot of good models. Until then, I'll see you soon.